All right, today we have 3 postures that help to energize your system. So if you've been feeling a little slow or sluggish, maybe hitting that afternoon slump where you really want a cup of coffee, these are some things you can try. We're going to do 3 postures with a couple little options. You'll need a bolster or something similar, and I'll also show an option with blocks. So to get started, come onto your mat. Grab your bolster or pillows and blankets, and most people's favorite, Shavasana, is our first posture. Now you think Shavasana often is a soothing posture, right? You're just lying on the floor. But if you take a bolster and you put it behind your back, and you get it positioned just right, so that your shoulder blades can slide down your back. There's a little space here between the edge of the bolster and your hips, so your low back can lengthen. And then you can rest here. Okay? Now the lift of the chest is what brings energy, right? Just opening through collarbones and what we call in Iyengar yoga the armpit chest. So take a few breaths here and just, you can even put your hands there, breathe into those spaces. And you can, allow your breath to go deeper down into your ribcage, into your abdomen, but really focusing here on the expansion of the chest. Now, if you're comfortable here, I could stay here for probably an hour right now, but I'm going to demonstrate a different posture. Same posture, different props, okay? So you can stay on your bolster for a few more breaths if that feels good. Or if you want something with a little more edge, literally, you're going to take 2 blocks. One's going to go right behind your heart, so right on the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, and the other one behind your head. So this first one, lie back, get it right on the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, and this other one, this other block, you can rotate it however is most comfortable to support your head, okay? Better to have your head a little higher than the other block though, okay? And then step your shoulders down away from your ears, lift your hips and lengthen your low back, and settle in. Now for some of us, if you've practiced this for a long time, it does become really comfortable, like the bolster, but you will start to feel that bottom block pressing in. So just take a few breaths, maybe 5 or 10 here. Feeling that spread, bringing energy and breath into your top chest, outer ribs. Feeling that expansion as you breathe, okay? You can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, bend your knees, roll to the side, use your arms to support yourself to come out, okay? So that's our supported Shavasana with a bolster or with blocks. Now from here, we're just gonna go onto the floor, face down. If you need a little blanket or something, if your hips are sensitive, go ahead and grab that. And then we'll come into our next shape, which is Cobra Pose. So untuck your toes and place the tops of your feet down into the floor. And then have your hands right next to your rib cage. And look just a little bit forward on the floor. You can turn so you're facing me so you don't have to do what I'm doing and turn sideways. But you're going to inhale and lift your chest, roll your shoulders down your back, and exhale, lower down. Keep pushing the tops of your feet down. Keep nice length in your low back as you inhale, lift up. As you exhale, lower down. Let's just do one more like that. Inhale as you lift up. Option to keep breathing and hold here. All right, so keep your hips anchored down into the mat. Keep your feet anchored as well. Option to lift your hands away from the floor, to straighten your elbows, to take another deep breath in to lift up higher. And as you exhale, reach back for your toes and then put it down. All right, so that's your Cobra posture. You can hang out just in that dynamic Cobra, pause at the top, or add some of those extra little bonuses. You probably feel a little more activity, heat in your upper back, and that too is going to help us lift the chest. A little more stimulating, obviously, than the Shavasana. Cobra is a good warm-up for upward facing dog. For those of you who practice it, you could also move into that if you're warmed up enough and you're familiar with the posture. Now, I'm going to teach that one right now, but I do want to show one more that helps with a lot of things, and one of them is bringing a little more energy to your system. So, same thing, we're going to come face down. Feet about hips distance apart, hands about shoulders distance apart. We're going to inhale. First off, lift opposite arm and leg and put it down. That's a little more balancing. And then lift your right arm, or opposite arm and leg, other side. Let's try that one more time each side. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Good. One more. Now you probably know what's coming next. On our next inhale, we're going to lift both arms, both legs up. So I like to call this Superhuman Pose. Option to bend your elbows and drag your shoulder blades into your chest. Just like that block, press the bottom tips of your shoulder blades in towards your chest and spread across your collarbones. Take one more breath and let it go. So I feel the heat just from that one. A little more circulation in your body. So these are 3 ways you can energize your system without even really leaving the floor. Obviously the first one is the softest and the most accessible. So if you're really feeling heavy, start on the bolster, even just stay on the bolster. But if you want to kick it up a notch, you can move into that Cobra and Shavasana. It translates as locust pose. I like to call it superhuman. You can imagine you're flying, all those fun things. All right, so thanks so much, and I hope these are helpful for you. Namaste.